Welcome back to Action Fan, and welcome back to this latest episode of Off the Shelf, where we take a guy down off the shelf, we have a look at his uniform, see how complete it is, or not complete, as the case may be, see what we need to obtain to make the uniform fully complete. Then we'll put it in the cupboard and we'll endeavour down the line to update it and complete the uniform. So, without further ado, let's go over to the shelf and see who's coming down today. Who's it going to be today? Let's have a look. I think it's going to be this guy, the Jungle Explorer. And he's got a couple of accessories up there as well, I do believe. Right, let's go ahead and get him down. Come on, mate. Right, here he is with all his bits and pieces. Now, if I remember rightly, I bought these at my first North Weald show, and he's been up on the shelf ever since. Looks like there's quite a bit of equipment with him. First off, let's get the book and let's have a read about it. There you go, nice picture of him there going down the river. Now, straight away I can see he's got two rafts and we've only got one. It looks like they join together in the middle. Right, there we go. The Jungle Explorer. He really is in the jungle there. And down here is the rafts. There's definitely two there joined together. So we'll have to learn a little bit about that. The Jungle Explorer. It says the bush hat. I presume that's the bush hat. Tropical jacket and trousers, I presume. Bandana. He's got an orange bandana. Boots. Belt. Pistol and holster. Rifle. In my pictures, I'll probably have to do a picture in picture. There's two different rifles. There's a beige looking one here and there's like a telescopic one here. Right, machete and sheath, he's got that. Jungle knife, small pack and hypodermic darts. Right, okay, I don't know about that, but let's have a look what we got in here. Got a feeling this might be what they're talking about. They look like bullets to me, but I'm guessing they're hypodermic darts. So we've got that. Get that on you, mate. Oh, right, and a jungle knife. Now, I can't see a picture of it at the moment, but I'm hoping Action Man HQ might tell us about it. Right, there was another set here, River Craft set. Came with a canoe, raft, working outboard motor. Now, I've got two motors, probably neither of them working. Both of them got different problems. This one has got a broken bracket. So that's the problem. The one in this picture is this one. But I've got this one as well, which I picked up. Now, I presume the lids are interchangeable. Slightly different colour, but worst case scenario, I can live with this one because that's the only one that will clip on. Down the line, maybe we can find another lid. Don't know if I'm going to be able to repair that or whether I'm going to have to just buy a complete different one. Sure, there's something I can do with that. Back to the book. Two paddles. Now, can't see in the picture what paddles. I've got one of these. I'm sure I've got another one somewhere. So we need two paddles. I can't see the colour of the paddles, but Action Man HQ might tell us. Oh no. Poison dart got him. Two supply boxes and a rope. Yeah, and within there we've got two supply boxes. There you go. So we've got two of them. Rifle with telescope. Now, I've got three. All different states of repair. We'll choose which one is the best. Probably one with a strap. We'll repair the strap and we'll add a bit more gold on one of these maybe. Just to freshen it up a little bit. Right, jungle knife. Once again, my picture doesn't show what a jungle knife is, but I've got an idea. It's the gold one with a kind of brass knuckles attached. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. I'll have a look. A PIF helmet. Yep, we've got a PIF helmet. Cool looking PIF helmet. Now that does look dapper, doesn't it? And a water bottle and cover. Well, let's read about the Jungle Explorer set. Special features. The Lincoln Green open collar tropical jacket features 2 square pleated breast pockets with pointed flaps. The large square hip pocket are plain with rectangular flaps. The sleeves and epaulets are also plain. There are 2 belt loops at either side of the waist. It's fastened by 2 poppers. There are no buttons at all on this piece. The cream trousers have 2 poppers with 4 belt loops sewn to the waistband. The belt has a square brass buckle and is made of brown leatherette with a black mottled finish. Yep. Attached is the machete and sheath based on the same pattern as the Australian Jungle Fighter piece, except that the sheath is in a dark brown and the handle of the machete is black. Well, let's check that out, make sure we got the right one. Now the belt is definitely mottled. Oh yeah, there we go. Right, so there you go, I'll get you in closer. You can see it's got a black handle and it's dark brown with kind of mottled black finish to it. So that all looks correct. The pistol holster is a chocolate colour and the pistol, which is the same pattern as the label from the French Resistance fighter. Strapped around the left leg is a knife and sheath similar to those included in the Frogman set. Right, no, we haven't got one. I'm just going to have a little look in my spares. Right, okay. Found one, not sure if that's the correct knife at this moment in time. Can't see in the picture what the actual knife looks like, but for now he can have that. So we're getting there. The bush hat is made of double thickness cream coloured cotton and has a printed skin fabric headband. The orange bandana is a simple double folded material tie. High black boots are the same as those supplied in the original Action Pilot. Now that's strange because mine are tall brown boots. So obviously the wrong boots, but it actually suits because they go very well with the machete sheath and the belt and holster. Let's read a little bit about the jungle accessories. The M1 Patton rifle is similar to the first issue combat piece. The telescopic rifle from the accessory set is moulded from a single piece of darker chocolate brown plastic, and both barrel and scope are painted gold. The M1 has a separate painted buff foregrip and black metal work. The strap is made of black 6-cord elastic. Also, it has a small pack, again based on an earlier piece. In this case, the Unit 1 bag from the medic set has attached to the flap bullets described as hypodermic darts in the equipment manual. So yeah, I mean, they do look like bullets, but they actually could be hypodermic darts, I guess. We're given the benefit of the doubt. How about that? Right, so that's just about it from my book. There you go, one last look. Right, so far we've determined we've had to add a knife and sheath that goes around his leg. We'll do that in a minute. Not 100% sure about the knife, but we'll hopefully find that out in a minute. Right, it's time for us to grab the iPad and get on over to Action Man HQ. You can see that I've already got the page open. Action Man Jungle Explorer. The dates were from 1969 to 1977. Catalogue number 35005. Right, Jungle Explorer description. Action Man was becoming less military and more adventurous by the late 1960s. The Jungle Explorer, Polar Explorer and the Mountaineer sets of 1969 were a new way of giving Action Man adventures without war at the forefront. The accessories could be bought separately and included catalogue number 35005, pack number 35307, tropical jacket, trousers, bush hat, plastic. Oh, actually, maybe it was the Australian Jungle Fighter hat or the Royal Marines Exploration. Right, okay, that's interesting. Maybe we'll find out later. Next, boots, tool, brown, orange bandana, revolver, holster, belt, machete, sheath, jungle knife, scabbard, rifle, small pack with hypodermic darts, information leaflet, and equipment manual. Right, okay, there seems to be quite a few of these, and it looks like there might have been updates slightly, which is weird because on Action Man HQ itself, this only seems to be the one and only issue of this particular uniform. Right, 35006, 1969 to 1971. Action Man Jungle Explorer equipment card, 35208. He had a PIF helmet, telescopic rifle, canteen cover, jungle knife, and equipment manual. Right, okay, so in all of those different sets, it's quite varied what you get. So hopefully in the notes, it'll explain a little bit more. The Action Man Jungle Explorer was a popular set. First issue materials, so it did have more than one issue. Like I said, which is kind of strange because I only saw one issue in the list on Action Man HQ. I'll show you that up here now. First issue materials were of heavier material than the later. Sheath changed from dark brown to tan during production. A cloth bush hat with leopard skin band also progressed to a plastic version similar to the Australian Jungle Fighter, but without the side turned up, like the Royal Marine Exploration, rather than one side turned up, just flat. Also available was a PIF helmet and a telescopic rifle. The machete has a black handle, and earlier issues a brown sheath and holster. His belt was brown leatherette with an actual working buckle. His Jungle Explorer Rivercraft had two holes, we've only got one. They could be arranged lengthways or widthways to form a raft or a long canoe. There were two fragile clips that were supplied to hold the sections together and are often misidentified and or thrown away. The outboard motor came in varying colours, two of which are turquoise and orange, and the top covers seem to choose the contrasting colour. So there we go. So maybe this one had an orange top. Rifle straps changed from elastic to plastic in the mid 1970s, like most of the sets. The two supply boxes numbered 1 and 2 have lids with Action Man Jungle Expedition on them and are similar to the Action Man Polar Explorer and Sledge Dog Team supply boxes. Right, so we've found that some of the sets came with like the Australian Jungle Fighter hat, so we can add that. I've got two spares here. Both of them have come unclipped at some stage. I don't know if they did one without the hole for the clip. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if they did one without the hole for the clip or whether they all had the holes in. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter that much. So we can add that to the set. There you go. So I'm going to show you this picture here. Looks like we have found the correct knife and sheath. So that's it. So we've added to our set. So that's really cool. We'll put that on him in a minute. Let's see if we can find what the paddles look like. Right, yes, the paddles were the normal like SAS type. So we need another one of them. And I'm sure I have one somewhere. The rope we said is yellow rope. So we'll have to endeavour to get one of them. In fact, I'm sure, there you go, further down here, there's a link for us to touch this and we can go and buy some reproduction rope. So we might do that. Right, the last thing that I'm really looking for is the jungle knife. I've seen it said in both the book and Action Man HQ. I can't see the jungle knife in any of the pictures. Just tucked behind the M1 Garand there, I can see what I think is the top of the jungle knife. Now, if I'm correct, that is this. I've had this sitting about for a while, probably a 40th reproduction. Now you can just make out the point on the top and that edge. I believe that is that. So I think that's the jungle knife they're talking about. But let's have a look, see if I can find any more pictures. Right, okay, there should be a location in here for the oar. Yeah, there's a location for the oar to sit in there. So we need another one of them. But I cannot see the jungle knife apart from that very small clip. I'll give you a close-up look at that. I'll also show you it in the box here. There's no jungle knife, so it must have been a separate set. And there's the picture of the M1 Garand. And it does show us brown boots, so I'm happy the brown boots are correct. There's the boxed outboard motor and the rafts and everything else. Still haven't seen the jungle knife. There's the rope. Ah, there we go. Solved that mystery. There's the jungle knife. So this was a separate set. So he carried what I believe is the beige and black M1 Garand, but as a separate set you could buy some more weapons with a piff helmet, the water bottle, and a telescopic rifle that he might use for, I don't know, shooting monkeys out of a tree or something. And there's the jungle knife that was eluding me, and so I was correct. So we've pretty much got the majority of this uniform. All I want to do is look into maybe getting another outboard motor. Apart from the motors sorted, is I want to get the original M1 Garand. We've got his knife and sheath to go on his legs. Right, I'm going to put this on his legs and then we're going to think about getting this guy in the cupboard. Right, bear with me. Right, there you go. Right, it says the period of this action man was all periods. I think that's because he started in 1966 and he would have been hard hands, painted hair like this guy. And I think they kept adding to it over the years, so you could actually add him with the flocked hair, eagle eyes, whatever. Not sure about the jacket and the trousers, not sure if they're later edition. Really hard for me to tell, but it has got hems in the pockets, so who knows. Just quickly, I have to fix the pip. He has no pip on his holster, and I do have some spares somewhere. So I will go ahead and put a pip on him at a later date once he's in the cupboard. For now, I'll just tuck that in. As you can imagine, they're quite fiddly to do, but I will add one of them at a later date. Jungle Explorer 1969 to 1970 with the updates. Get in the cupboard. There he is in cupboard number 2. Few updates needed, but they'll be on the way soon. And I think he's looking dapper. I'm sure you can agree with me. Right, that's just about it for this latest exciting episode of Action Fan Off the Shelf. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.